Hi, I'm Bill Mahoney.
And I'm Mark Patton.
And in our continuing look back at some of the great players that have made the Thunderdome, as part of our 2-year Thunderdome 35 celebration, today we're looking at women's basketball player Barb Beainy. And for my money, she was the first great player in the program's history, particularly in the modern era. And in 1991-92, she helped UCSB to its first Big West Tournament championship, Big West regular season championship, and NCAA tournament.
Really probably the first great recruit Mark French got from the Bay Area. She was an outstanding all-around player. Came to UCSB and had to weather some tough years to start with where, I mean, she had high goals for herself to be a champion, and she got the Gauchos there later in her career.
And her commemorative ticket says the competitor, and I don't think that I've ever seen a basketball player here, men's or women's basketball player, who was more of a competitor than Barb Beainy. And one of the things that stands out to me was that her last game as a Gaucho was in the second round of the NCAA tournament. The Gauchos had won their first tournament game ever against the University of Houston, had gone up to Stanford, and by the end of that game, the Gauchos were playing with only 4 players, Barb Beainy being one because of injuries and players who had fouled out. And at no point did that team quit, and it wound up being one of Stanford's closest games in the NCAA tournament the year that they went on to win it.
Yeah, the thing about Barb Beainy too was that she could do it all on the court. She could shoot, she could drive, she could pass. She was a great defender, and she rebounded really well for her height. As Bill mentioned, just a tremendous competitor.
Barb Beainy, today's Thunderdome 35 look back. Barb Beainy, the competitor, one of the great players in UCSB women's basketball history, and really the first great player. I'm Bill Mahoney, along with Mark Patton.